So today we are going to discuss about the center of mass. Center of mass is also, we say that, the center of balance point, where the mass is balanced, or we can say the center of mass is known as the center of mass. The mass which is in the center, it is not important that the mass should be in center, so that is known as center of mass. The mass where the mass is balanced, where there is more mass, that point is known as center of mass, means they are intersecting each other. That point is known as center of mass. Now if we write about the definition, the point where the whole mass of the body act is called center of mass. Like the point where the whole mass of the body acts, that point is known as center of mass. For example, if there is a circle, now that there is a mass which is, now this is whole the mass, now it will intersect each other. That intersecting point, that is not important that the point, intersecting point, or the mass act that will be on center. It can be here, here, or here. So I am just giving an example that it is an intersecting point. That point is known as center of mass. Now if we take an example like daily life example, for example, if there is an ice cream, that is an ice cream, for example. Now this ice cream, where the mass is more, here or here? The mass is more here because that is the ice cream, that is only the stick, that has no mass at all, but that has a mass. That ice cream has a mass, so the mass is not in the center, the mass will be here. So that point is known as center of mass. Like where the point where the whole mass will act on a body, jahan par where the whole mass will act, that point is known as center of mass. Basically the center of mass and the center of gravity, or we can say weight, both are different. Now if we talk about the center of gravity, that is also known as center of weight. Gravity and weight both are same, but the mass and weight, that are not same. Now if we talk about what is center of gravity, the point where whole weight of a body act is called a center of gravity, or the weight. Now what is the definition? That the point where whole weight of a body that acts is called a center of gravity or weight. Like the here the difference is the weight, the point where the whole mass of the body acts. Here the point where whole weight of a body act, that is called the center of gravity. Now like that is the center of mass and center of gravity, both are same when the gravitational field is uniform. Now see the concept that the center of mass and the center of gravity both are same at a point when the gravitational field is uniform. For example, like I am taking two rods. Here I am taking two rods, and that is the surface, like earth. That is the surface. I have put that rod equally on the same sides, on my hands, both in my hands, and on the same, like on the equal distance from the surface. Now that they are far from the surface equally, so their weight, like their weight will be same, and their weight will be same, so their center of mass and center of gravity would be same, because the gravitational field that is uniform in both sides. So that is why the center of mass and the center of gravity will be same, like its weight as well as its mass will be same. That is known as center of gravity as well as center of mass. Now if we talk about the formula, that what will be the formula for the center of mass. Now let's make the formula for the center of mass. Now if you want to find the center of mass, for example, like that is x-axis and that is y-axis. Three masses are there, m1, m2 and m3. These are the masses. Now as we know from origin, there will be some distance, that is the distance of mass 1, that is the distance of mass 2, and that is the distance of mass 3. Now for example, like I am giving that distance name as x1, that distance name x2, and that is x3. That is the distance and these are the masses. Now that is center of mass. It will be, let me write here, that is center of mass. First mass and its distance plus second mass and its distance, third mass and its distance. Now it will be so on, as I have just taken three masses, it can be more than that, so I am here writing number like that, so on. Now that will be, and upon we are just taking the masses m1 m2 plus m3 plus m4, or we can write plus m, and like so on. So that can be formula. Now axiom here in our book we can write it as well, the summation, because there are many masses so and many distance, so we can write here mx. What does it means? The mass as well as the distance divided by the summation of masses. That can be the formula. So that is basically the formula for the center of mass.